After an incredible 2.5 years living on board sailing all over the Med, today we finally leave, exiting through notorious Gibraltar Strait towards the Canary Islands. Oh, did I mention Brittany got sick the morning of departure? Yeah, that was great.
That I made by myself, oh, and I always do the wrong thing.
Alright, so we'll get out this little bit here. There's meant to be about 7 knots of wind on our beam, but through the channel I expect that 7 knots to blow head on at like 15 knots. It's meant to be 0.7 meters of swell out there, so we kind of timed it, so we'll probably have to motor till like lunchtime, but I actually think we could probably put the sails up and just go slow, but we just timed it. Real light winds with the current, with the tidal current. Oh, that wind is ice cold. So we're going 4.5 knots and we were going 7.
And despite feeling like absolute shit this morning, it hasn't taken long. I still feel crap, but I feel better. It is also freezing out here, so look at my gloves and my blanket. I'm wearing Ryan's old sailing jacket, super rugged up. I think once the sun's up high, it's gonna be hot in here though, because it's already beaming in and it's beautiful. Mediterranean's treated us well, Ryan. Are you sad to leave it?
Yeah, I am actually.
It's a bit eerie knowing we're going out into the open, but at the same time we're so looking forward to it. We're excited for what's ahead.
We're going 4 knots now.
Monumentous occasion, we're leaving the Mediterranean.
I know, I'm just concentrating. I saw a dolphin before, I shat myself because it like came up right next to us. Oh my god, a killer whale!
So if anybody doesn't know, there's been like over the past, 2 years, some really bad orca attacks. There's a couple pods of orcas through this strait that have been attacking boat rudders and stuff. Luckily, now it's reported that they've made their way up the coast of Portugal to follow the tuna. So there haven't really been any reports of attacks lately, but Ryan's still on edge. A dolphin came up to us before and he started shitting himself.
Into a trap that I made by myself, oh, and I always do the wrong thing. I'm unstable and I'm unsteady, I've lost a million times already.
Alright guys, gonna put the camera down because we've got a massive tanker and 2 other boats coming towards us, so I'm gonna check my good old AIS and see how far away he is. I tell you what, Brent, if we didn't have this AIS, I'd be stressing right now. Once we get through the middle here, then we'll scroll across and we'll just see about the oncoming ships. We can motor through the center for a little bit and just kind of reevaluate. So I'm just going to take it in 2, do 1 half now, 1 half later. I haven't paid for this subscription of Navionics, so we're going to go a bit blind for a while, but I can still see the ships. Got 15 knots of wind, and it was predicted at 7 knots, and like no swell. We knew it was going to be a bit choppy, but we're going 8 knots, so we got the swell and the current with us. Man, so we just had that crazy swell. We had probably the biggest wave we've ever had smash over the bow.
So stupid. It literally was like we hit a brick wall.
Now we're going through like a massive whirlpool and it's just like super flat. Someone's gone overboard up ahead and they did a pan, but I think they've got him back on now and they're just talking to the Coast Guard. Now it's gone from like this calm water to a little bit of chop, but still really smooth. It's like a little island of flat water just there.
We just got completely spun around.
I'm going to hand steer through this, eh? Yeah, I think it's going to be really shit again. It looks more rougher over there than it does over there, so we'll just go around it a bit because I don't want to go through that again.
Poor Jackson was traumatized.
This is like the Bermuda Triangle. It's like messed up. It's like just all the different salinity of the waters, the currents and that. We just went for a full hectic section, which we were filming, and then it just got real messed up and we were like, holy shit, Cameron's down. Like we had walls of waves just smashing into the boat and they're like peaks, so it would just like come slamming down. Whoa, shit, there we go again. And we're going like 8.5, 9 knots through it all because the current, and you couldn't slow the boat down because you're just getting pushed into it. 15 minutes later, it was just like dead, flat, calm like a pond.
Oh, we're going through some more again.
No,
this doesn't look as bad as the last one.
Yeah, this isn't that bad.
Over here is fairly flat, and over here connecting.
We got past that bloody shit show of a crazy swell, didn't we? Can't imagine what it's like when you go out there with like 20, 30 knots, eh?
Well, looking slightly haggard. Once we kind of got into the strait and settled, I went down and had a little lie down for about an hour and a half. And then now Ryan's laying downstairs. But him and Jackson look really cute together, I have to show you.
Brittany just woke me up there with Jackson. Got all excited when Brittany walked in and he kicked me in the nuts. That was a good wake-up call. Hey Brittany, Jackson wants to go upstairs. He just came in. He's come back to bed. He lays this little corner here on the bed. It's like his a little shelf or something, and we put his bed there, and he lays in his little bed next to our bed. Day 2 of our crossing here. Sun's up now. It's bloody boiling hot. I was freezing cold last night.
Sorry, but I'm not able to slow me down. I feel unable and so unworthy. My heart feels heavy. I've lost already, and I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now. And I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now. And I'm so sorry, but I'm not able to slow down now.
We've set up the pole for the first time.
I think we've got it right. The wind's here finally.
And the swell's picked up. It's hard to tell on camera, it's pretty big, but it's just nice and rolling. You just like glide over it. So far, fingers crossed. Alright everyone, we finally got to turn our motor off and we're sailing. The swell is getting bigger, but it's not too bad. It's definitely picking up.
Yeah, I'm off the reef.
Oh, Jesus. Still not feeling 100%, but we'll get there.
So Brittany made all this like epic food and stuff for a passage, but we ran out of gas, so we can't even cook it. It's 4 AM and this is what I'm eating. Chip sandwich. And every once in a while the chips will slide off and fall on my lap because a big swell comes. Got like a massive ship that's just overtaking us. We're going about 4.5 to 6.5 knots depending on how big the swell is that comes up behind us. About 2.5 meters of swell at 6 seconds apart. Whoa. Oh. Shit. What's going on? That's it really. There's not much going on here tonight. The wind's going to pick up. Tomorrow we should get 3 meter swell, and then tomorrow night 3.5 meter swell, about 8 seconds apart. So it doesn't sound like fun. I want to radio that ship and say what's up, but it is 4 AM, so maybe I better not. Brittany's still sick. She's downstairs trying to have a nap with Jackson. Alright. Good night, guys.
Got the twinkle lights on just so I can show Ryan.
Oh no, turn it off.
Hey, Jackson's got a blanket on his head.
Yeah, he was cold.
What is this? How do you feel on morning of day 3?
I'm worn out, but I'm just like anxious because I know tomorrow's going to be shit.
Okay, good night.
I literally have to sit here, steering like this, and just line the back up with all the waves, eh? Oh. They're pretty scary, like coming up behind you. I might leave this to the autopilot. Hurry up and stop dying for a sec. I'm gonna film you. His name woke Jackson up. Hey mate, did Mum just wake you up with a coughing fit? Do you know what's funny is that like it looks so, except for that one, it looks so calm on camera. They're just like walls that just go. So good thing you made those meals, hey Brittany. Oh. The microwave doesn't really work too well, Brittany, with swirl, eh?
Come on, you can do it. Defrost. Oh god.
I'm literally just gonna heat that up, put it on a wrap and eat it. This is our junk pile that we've been storing. So at night watch we'll break into the sugar. Brittany and Jackson in bed. At least the bed's nice and clean, hey? There's no sheets on the bed, they all just slid off.
I know, I'm having to like starfish to not move.
So a towel hanging on the door. Every once in a while it flings right across the room. I get my microwaves done. Got jackets on the floor, things are sliding around. Put it back in there. Whoa, that was a big one. Ah, should have got the towel then. Mama.
All right, everyone. Oh, Jesus. Oh, Jesus. Alrighty, Captain.
Ugh.
It's a friggin' nightmare out here.
Yeah, it's full on. It's like pitch black. Waves that are as high as the Bimini. Good thing we can't see them anymore because it's scary as. And we're going dead down the swell, so it's quite comfortable. Every once in a while we get hit with one, and our tow rail from tow rail just hits the water, and then we're good for 15 minutes like this again, hey?
Yeah.
You'd think that there's no swell right now, but we got 32 knots. We're constant like 26 knots.
We're all strapped in. I've got my harness on. Ryan's got his harness on. Jackson's down on the ground there. He's got his harness on. He's locked in. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty intimidating being out in the middle of nowhere like this. With that said, it's more comfortable now with the 30 knots and the huge swell than it was earlier when there was like 2 meter swell. It's got to be like 4 meters now, hey? We had about 2 meters swell and about 20 knots of wind, and we were getting rocked and rolled back and forth. And as intimidating as it is having the huge swell behind us, that's literally like a wall of wave coming towards us, we're actually more stable now. Ryan and I both agreed that we'll stay out here tonight with each other, and we're gonna stay strapped in, and we need to turn these lights off so we can see outside now.
Yeah. Okay. I can't reach. Goodbye. So the camera doesn't do any. Whoa. The camera doesn't do any justice, but it's shit. Last night they were crashing onto the back of our davits. The tip of our davits were hitting the water. They're just like really steep. That was a bit scary. So yeah, there's the tip of the davits, and the tip of the davits are going into the waves. How's your night?
Awful.
Did you sleep?
No.
You have fun?
No.
Do you love sailing?
No.
Did you sail across the Atlantic?
No. Although last night when the wind first picked up, the swell wasn't huge yet. We were so stable that the 30 knots was actually a good thing. But then the swell just decided to go haywire. And it's been a mess ever since.
Our poor autopilot's been working really... You alright?
No.
Our poor autopilot's been working really hard, so we put the generator on just to give our batteries a bit of juice this morning before the sun comes up. The swell's,
Shit.
yeah, it's shit.
'Cause my only crime was hoping there is something more than this loneliness I feel, but no one makes me feel less alive. We're fighting fire, the way you push my buttons just right. We're fighting fire when two voices of nature collide. We're fighting fire, can't help but feel the temperature rise. We're fighting fire, we're fire.
Hey guys, this is pretty much how we've been the whole last 48 hours. Got Jackson somewhere down there between my legs. Ryan's over there. Doing God knows what, trying to sleep. What happened? Did you just fall off? Did you just fall off the couch?
Yeah, I went to go see what you were doing.
I got that on video. Needless to say, it's pretty hectic out here, but Sunday is taking it very well. It's amazing how much trust you can put into your boat and realize how much she can actually handle. It's us that are the ones that are struggling, not the boat. We're going down with it, which is nice, but it comes up to you like a wall of water and you think, oh my God, that's about to just crash over us. And then the boat just kind of picks up and moves with it, and then you're staring down at a huge trough of water waiting for the next one. But it comes and goes. Sometimes we get really nice and stable. Oh, Ryan just fell off again. So we're just getting absolutely rolled toe rail to toe rail. Managed to get Jackson to go to the bathroom a few times with the bad weather, which is good, so he's not suffering. And we're less than 24 hours until we get to our first stop in the Canary Islands, which is Lanzarote. The reason we chose Lanzarote is because it's the closest. Give Jackson a bit of a break. So yeah, this is us. And I just wanted to point out an extra bonus to having a T-top spray hood. I got holy shit handle, so I've been holding on to this every time we heel over so much that I'm gonna fall off. Holy shit handles. Good morning, everyone.
Show everyone what they want to see.
Ryan's currently picking up Jackson's morning which is a group effort because we have to hold him so he's stable, so he doesn't fall over while he's doing it. But you're getting good at it. And while we're up there, we keep finding little baby squid that have jumped on our boat overnight.
Oh, everyone keeps saying about flying fish.
You get flying squid.
We keep getting squid, yeah. Sorry, mate.
Jackson's like, what did you do that for?
I could have used it as bait. There's not a lot of wind, so we just get there and drop anchor. We're really tired. It's been 4 days, so we're just gonna drop anchor and go to sleep, huh?
Put the boat back together. Everything was crashing.
Oh no, the boat downstairs is a mess. I started cleaning it up a little bit, but there's just stuff everywhere. All the pegs went everywhere, and we just had all this went everywhere. Got a placemat still on the ground that flew off. So yeah, it's a mess down here. So we just motor try anchorage. First stop in Canary Islands. Excited, stoked, happy, and I'm really, really tired. What are you getting all excited about, Jackson, eh, mate?
I see land, Dad! I see land! Cheers to our first big ocean passage.
Yeah, cheers. What's that?
You're amazing.
I feel amazing. Come on, mate. I'm trying to film here.
Oh,
what is this?
Hideous.
What is it?
They're ugly.
Oh, look, you even got me like a bib, Brittany. Like, the clouds are pretty grim. They scare me a bit.
Don't say
But the
that.
sun's shining.
Why do you have to say stuff to scare me? Look like I'm having a rave.
Show them the lights. I did these before we left.
Fine, we need to turn the lights off.
I know, but just show them the lights. How good are they?
Everybody,
I put these lights up.
check
How
out Ryan's
sick.
lights.